Sage here with the Being in Sync June video vibe. So, June 2019. So much has been going on this last month, so I'm just going to jump right into it. After, I just want to take a moment to welcome all of those people who have joined the Being in Sync movement and are part of learning and growing and expansion. There's been a lot of changes that I personally have experienced that I want to share with some of you who may not be aware of what's been going on behind the scenes. So in addition to InSync Consulting, beinginsync.com, I also now am offering for the first time in forever, where I'm now offering one-on-one sessions with Kiannaa Sage. I have launched KiannaKSage.com, and on that platform, it's really about offering energy alignments. So in the past, in my history, for the past 20 some odd years, I've been really doing technical, strategic consulting for executives and managers and emerging leaders for the last 20, 25 years. And you know, a lot has changed for me over that time, and so now I am offering those changes to you. What most people don't realize about the work that I do is that I'm very intuitive, and in the background, I have always had a huge interest in energy and influencing and how do we make adjustments and quantum physics. I've always had a huge interest in quantum physics and just how energy is aligned or misaligned. So really what I'm doing now is how do people become better aligned, more in harmony with themselves and others. And I have found this work to be incredibly meaningful, extremely powerful. I think I was an excellent executive coach and consultant, and I really loved doing that. And I love doing this new added component. It brings a part of myself that I've always kind of kept in the dark from my clients, and I'm really able to bring myself fully to each session and offer a wide variety of services that I never really have offered in the past, just because it didn't fit with where people were at and what I was aligned to do at that time. And now things are different and I'm offering it. So if you have any interest in energy alignment and being more in harmony and knowing what your soul's purpose is, that type of work one-on-one, I'm now offering 30 minutes, hour, 90 minutes, half day, and full day sessions. So really it's super fun, and I hope those of you who have worked with me in the past consider this new type of work. It is very different, but it's completely amazing, and the results have been phenomenal, and I love it. And I love that I don't have to hide parts of who I am or what I think, and I can bring everything to the table for my clients to have better successes and increased results. Because to me, that's really what it's about. I still get my joy from people being successful in their lives and with their family, and both at work as well as a professional. I think when we bring ourselves fully to anything that we're doing, we always get better results. So 100% new, KiannaKSage.com. I hope you come check it out. And then I also wanted to talk about, this month is June, and the theme for this month is really all about feeling your feelings. And I know for a lot of people in corporate America, that is often termed too touchy-feely, or really, what does that matter? And I'm here to tell you it does matter. Why your feelings matter is it directly influences, number one, how you're perceiving things, how you're perceiving your reality. It also, number two, impacts how you respond to what it is that you're perceiving. And 3, it directly impacts how you are feeling inside. So feeling your feelings directly influences how you feel. Go figure. So I really wanted to let this be a focus because our world as we know it is changing. And this is an opportunity for you to really get a handle on yourself, your internal world, your dialogue, and your external world and what's going on. And I think oftentimes too many people are focused on the outside when really what's going on internally dictates what we perceive. So when you change the way you see things, the things that you see change, right? So super simple. That's a Wayne Dyer quote. This month, what I would like to offer you is like a simple June challenge. And in this challenge, all you're going to do for 21 days is check in with yourself twice a day. That's it. You don't have to make this super difficult. It's really just a check-in. And during that time, you're just going to do a quick close your eyes, take a deep breath, exhale out through your mouth. So inhale through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. And then you're just going to do like a body scan. And then you're going to find whatever is calling your attention. So what I want you to become is a master observer from the inside. So what's going on within your body. And once you find something, let's just say you got a twinge in your foot or something in your knee or something in your chest, or your stomach, wherever that is. And I just want you to be a master observer of that feeling. You don't need to name it. You don't need to judge it. All you need to do is observe it. And you observe it until it shifts, changes, or goes away. So it could be as quick as 30 seconds. It could be as long as 5, 10, 15 minutes. It just depends on you. The challenge is to stay with the feeling until it's been completely felt. And that will be up to you and to see how you observe that feeling. Now, you want to give that feeling 100% of your attention during the time that you're feeling and observing it. Other than that, that's the challenge. So what will you get after all this? Well, I think that you'll get a lot more than these 3 things that I'm going to list, but I think these 3 things are pretty compelling. I don't know one person in the world that isn't looking for more clarity, and you will get more clarity when you start to understand and observe your feelings within. So you're going to get greater clarity. You're going to have increased awareness, which makes you more powerful as a person and human being. And I think one of the surprising things that you might get out of doing this, and you guys will have to be the feedback for me, but I think what you'll see is increased creativity, innovation, just thinking out of the box, not being so contained and restricted. And that's just 3 things off the top of my head that I think it'll be some of an outcome. So if you're looking for greater awareness, more clarity, and creativity, which I think everybody needs, then this challenge is for you. So feel your feelings twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, and you don't have to do anything other than that. You don't need to write it down. You just need to track the days, and you're going to do it for 21 days. Once you got to 21 days, you don't have to continue doing it, but you might want to write down what you learned about yourself from doing this activity. So the other thing that's been going on with being in sync this last month is I've decided to really focus on making new connections in the digital realm. So I've always had social media, but I've never really been out there sharing and doing a lot of things on social media. Well, I've decided to really focus my efforts this last month on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I welcome you to come join the tribe there. I have really grown the amount of people that I am in connection with and in dialogue with, and I found it to be really fun. We did this last month, we did mental health awareness, and we were tagging and enjoying seeing pictures that really that brings them joy. So come join us on Instagram, and I would love to see what inspires you as well. The other thing that I did this last month that was new, and this is me just trying to get out of my comfort zone and out of my box and do something different. I did Facebook Live, and I'm going to do that again this next month. It's called Ask Kiannaa, and it's really all your questions that you have that you want to ask and get some discussion, insight, or awareness on. And this last one was my first one, and we had a handful of people join in, so I wasn't just by myself talking, so I was a bit relieved about that. And I thought it went really well. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It lasted about 45 minutes, and we had some good discussions that went back and forth. So I'll be following up with some of the questions that I didn't get to, which was how do I stay motivated to continue on the health regime? How do I, somebody asked about, I made a list of the questions. I can't remember them offhand, but hopefully you'll have some questions. Please join me. It's going to be June 22nd at 2 p.m., which is a Saturday. And if you have questions, please shoot them to me or come on live and ask them. That would be great to see you there and to have you. It was really fun. Saw some old clients joined in, and it was just fun. The other thing that I want to talk about is what has happened with me this last month. I have been in some kind of creative vortex where I have been creating processes. So one of the things that I think is one of my unique gifts that I offer to my clients is I've always been somebody who sees gaps in behavior and gaps in processes. And universally, I always have clients that have problems with, number one, relationships, and number two, money, or in relationship to money, or they're going through some kind of chaotic time. So one of the things that I did this last month was really just sit down and look at what is required to get people energetically aligned for those things that they want, that they desire. Instead of, giving people technical responses to things, really working on how do people be more aligned to bringing in more money. So for example, bringing in new clients. I created a process called Business Resonance. I actually gave it to the energy recalibration group, and every single person in that group reported an increase in income, which I was super excited about, or an increase in awareness around their income that gave them something to consider that would bring in more income. Does that make sense? So that was really exciting. The other areas that I've created processes on is how to release trauma without going through the traumas, and that has been phenomenally successful. I've been using that for the last 6 months, and I'm super proud of the work that I've done with that. But that's just 2 of like 40 different processes that I have since created and around different areas that may or may not be of interest to you. So I'll post them in the email, but I just really wanted to let you know that when you are in your zone of creativity is really some of the most profound personal shifts that you can have. And I think too many people are spending too much time focused on where they're limited instead of where they can increase. And they're usually in the same spot. So really what I think that I'm doing that's different is I'm activating those gaps where people feel like they're limited. And so it ends up being a Kiannaa Sage activation time, and I love it. So if you're interested in experiencing that, I welcome you to contact and reach out to me. For now, I'm wishing you an amazing June, and cheers to being insane.